and it says go. So we're going. Number Yud Bet, we're just going to read across the blurb, not the blurb, but the explanation here for number Tresar on page Kuf Peches. And we're going to look at number Tzadi Ches and number Tzadi Tes. Amil Tashem. Oh, wow. Okay, Tracer. Tikkun Ashneim Azar of the Dicta Eric Anpen, who Sifavan is Penun Mikal Citrin. Hios Asfalsayim Penuyim, they're empty or they're clean. Besairos Mikal Sad, in other words, they're empty, I think. Behind the Rubish Ein Gedalim, Gedalim Saros Al Makom Ovi Shte Hasfalsayim, so that no hairs grow on the place of he uses the word thickness of the two lips. V'hainu heim al safa el yoniv v'heim al safa tachtoiniv v'gumo kain hasa'aros shal tikkun hasheni hagadelim l'malach b'safa el yoniv enim yordin l'madach b'makom hapeh. They don't go down to the place of the mouth. Saros shal tikkun haravi. So now the saros of the tikkun, which is the fourth tikkun, hagadelim l'madach b'safa, that are underneath the lip. He says, "Atachtonim ein somchim v'olon l'mala b'makom hapeh." They don't grow upwards either. V'nimse ki peh the arich anpin who panui v'rekan mikal sa'aros, that's completely missing all of its hairs. V'amar od zachal l'man nashik me'idin nishikin. So this is an unusual phrase. Happy is the man that kisses from the, or I don't know, nashik, I guess it kisses, me'inun nishikin, or is kissed. I think it means kisses, me'inun nishikin. Actually, the mishan nashik me'elach and nishikin is able to get involved in those kisses. I'm not sure exactly what these two verbs go together mean. Koloma shazach the kabul shum ha'ara, that they merit to receive shum ha'ara miyichud neshichim, from the yichud that takes place from kissing. Shor shugah b'peh elyon to Eric Anpin, and so we're trying to get a little bit more understanding of that. We're going to come down and look at number Tzadi Ches. Tzadi Ches went on the phrase where it said previously, Anpin hu pano v'reka mikol sa'aros, it has no hairs there. So what's pshat? So he says, Rei b'shar kavanos, he says, Batikun hayud beis, who inyan the peh atzmo is the mouth itself. Now previously he's talking about the lips. He says the mouth. That he yosach b'ponu v'rekom in the sa'aro. So that is its nature. This is, or maybe the tikkun is its emptiness, that it has no hairs. V'nikra v'chatoah, it's called that, Adkan. Rei b'malb'sharim, look over there. Shabir od she'ein aver hapeh, that is, he calls it an aver hapeh atzmo michlal hatikun. So the aver, what he's told, the aver, the mouth itself, is not part of the tikkun. Ki aver hapeh atzmo hu bichlal the yud gimel tikkun gulgalta. Now again, so I don't really know what those are. He's going to throw some other stuff in. Elarak he also panui misaros. This is what we want to say. It's emptiness. B'zel l'shon u'sham tikun yud beis hu hapeh atzmo is the mouth itself. We just said it's not the mouth. That's because it goes with the 13 of the tikkunim of the Gilgalta. So he said yud beis hu hapeh atzmo v'im hoysach v'im hiyos. Ki hapeh hu mechlal yud gimim, that is the kunim of the Gulgalta canal. In Perak Ches, apparently somewhere there, he says, im kol zerb hiyoso panui mikol sa'aro, since it's missing, it's empty of all of its hairs, there's no hairs. Zen nikro tikkun acher. So this is a different kind of tikkun. This is a tikkun acher. The fact that it has its qualities, it has no hairs. So he's nimna bichlal tikkuni dikna. So therefore, that aspect, the mouth itself is part of the 13 tikkuni of the Rosh. This one here, I think Gogolta he calls it. So he says, so it comes up Beklal Tikkun Dikna. So this of emptiness of the hairs is a quality, he says. Av she'ein misha ein bos aros dikna. Al derek shenis boyer la'el, as we said before, betikun the shvi shehem trin tepuchim there she'ein behem saros is another place where the quality is there's no hair grows ad gan ein sham. So let's go on a little bit more and let's see some more about this in this next little piece. After Samaches up above, it said, V'amar od zechal l'man denashik me'inin neshikin. He starts talking about the mouth because the mouth is a source of a yichud of a sort between lips. Ashrei l'misha noshek me'elach neshikim, who is kissed by these kisses. Kolomer shezocha l'kabel shum ha'ara. That is, what does it mean? He says shezocha, the person merits l'kabel shum some ha'ara me'yichud neshichiv, and the yichud that takes place at the lips of a kissing. Elyon de Erik Anpin, its root is in the upper mouth of Erik Anpin. Let's look at number Tzadi Tes down below. Tzadi Tes says, Ray Biafasha Shabir Kanvazel the Shund of Zechol Luman the Nashik Me'in in the Shikin. So that's our subject here, Kiz Zivug Neshikin, who's Zivug Bepeh. Kamosha Kasser Rabbeinu Zal Beitz Chaim. Bishar Holedis Abba Ve'iba Vazah. So he says, that is in Shar Tez's Ayin Perik Hey. Going on. Yo and Sham hated. Look at it really carefully. He says, Zechol Ashrei Hu, he said, the Mi Shenoidelo, there's a known to him, Shum Ha'ara, or becomes, that's the word noda, right? So noda, it becomes known to him, Shum Ha'ara Me'inin Neshikin Kedishin Adkan. V'chein Reba Perish Maltok Medavash also has something on this. Ashrei L'mi Shenoshek Me'elu Neshikin B'tzon Lomer Ashrei L'mi Shezocha L'kabel Eza Ha'ara Yichud the Neshikin Kedishim Shal Cheped the Erik Anpin Ad Kan. V'rei Od B'perish Marisruk, so a little bit more thick here with Risaruk. He says what? Shabir Khan explains over here, Lefi Darko, Sham, Kamuva Ba'otzer Biurim, going on, he was Lechanno, Bakad Sifavan is Panian. So when the lips are clean, or they're free of hairs, and we call citrin on all sides. It's called the man the nashek me'in in the shikin. That's the place where you see exactly what he means here. I'm not sure if this is, but that's the place that makes it possible, my words, to merit the neshikin me'in in the shikin, to get a ha'ara from them, or zakah, whatever it is. Let's see, let's see some more. Because sifavam shehem hanetzach and hod, so this is another one. Shamarnam is pinian because it's a dadem and bisaros. So they said they represent the netzach and hod. I don't know which netzach and hod he means, of the 30 tikkunim of the Gugolta, or what exactly. I'm not sure. But he says that's what they are, the netzach and hod bisaros. Shehem adinim shamarnam, because we know about the hairs. The hairs are full of dinim. I'm not sure what tercha means over there. He says, Oz ha'peh ha'kadosh, then the mouth, which is this. It says Oz ha'peh ha'kadosh, the Amar the Erik Anpin, Yotze b'mena osa hevel zach b'li ikuv klal. There's nothing to hold it back. There are no hairs there. There are no dinim there. So he said, he said, v'yored ad zer anpin, and it goes all the way down to zer anpin, v'nukve, and his female aspect, v'kol olamos, in all of the universes. So one again, let me read it again. He says, azai ha'peh ha'kadosh de'erik anpin, yotze b'mena oza hevel b'li ikuv klal. There's nothing to hold it back. So it sounds like it's pure goodness. V'yored al zer anpin, and it goes, this light that's coming out of the mouth of Erik Anpin goes all the way down to zer anpin v'nukve, v'kol ha'olomos, and all the rest of the worlds. V'az ha'ruach ha'nisgar hu b'sod zivug nishikin. So this ruach, now he's saying it's a, I use the word light, but he says it's a breath, or it's some kind of a vapor, or a breath. Hu b'sod zivug nishikin. That is the yichud that comes about as a result of the shikin shalamala lo yesh zivug kumol zohar v'nukva, because up above there's no yichud like this, which is male and female. But it I mean to say is it's not like down below in the zat, because here it's taking place by itself. So in other words, that was a question. It's as if you say it's a yichud and it's a neshichin. Where's the female part of it? So he says, well, the female part, it's just that there are two parts here, and that's a chanod, and minei ubei, they come together and they make this yichud. He says, so those people who are fathers were able to get this vapor breath, is his avu ozam behiyozu kamosha arma beidra. He says ubahai is rachasu of a chasani. So this, I guess I'm taking this as that they bathed in, our forefathers bathed in this light. Okay, we are at 5:59. We could do just a little bit the actual 12th Tikkun over here in the back of the book, which is on page, what is it, Taf Reish Nun. We're going to come over here and we're going to read this. Tikkun Tracer. I always think of this interesting because tre, or tres in Spanish, means three. Here it means two. So it's just interesting. Tikkun Tracer. So the 12th Tikkun. Tikkun Tracer, Rei Ba'aras Labir HaMeshulav Apil Rizal, Shemuvoim Shom Beis Biurim. Over there they explain two Biurim, B'Shem Ruach David. Al Maimer Idra Rabba, he said, Puma Ispene Mikol Citrin. Okay, we got that. It's clean of all hairs. The Haina Bir Rishon, that's the first explanation. Shehem Gedalim Sa'aros Al Malcolm Odim Asfalsayim, the red spot, your lips. There's no hairs there. They don't grow there. Now there's a second explanation. Shesa'aras hasfalsayim ain't no game but pad. They actually don't touch it. Now, okay, so it's, I would have thought that maybe the one, he means to say not only does it not grow there, but the hairs from the tikkunim up above it and down below it do not penetrate that area. V'u'in sham, so there's something to be said there. V'hinech l'lashon Sifra d'tziniutakan, where it says Sifavon is penun, their lips are clean, or clear of hairs. Below Amapuma is penay. It doesn't say, it says Sifavon, so that's the lips. It doesn't say the mouth is panui, Colossian the Idra Rabbah, which apparently is what it says in the Idra Rabbah. Mashba Yosef Abir Rishon, the Iri Kan Be'etzem Asfalsayim, that here it's talking about really the root of the lips. So he's a hinder, what is it? Are the lips themselves. The hinder of B'makom Odim Asfalsayim, that's the red part of your lips. She'ein Gedalim Behem Sa'aros, Val Pizen is Boyer Bifnim, Habir Hamashulav. So according to that, we're going to see that. Now, there's actually very little here on this. I want to, if we, in the time remaining that we have time, to look a little note that he has down below. But I thought maybe we would go right away to just finishing this explanation. So he said, Michul lefiha emes hakol nachum. The truth is that everything is correct. Shravi Tikkun Yud Beis hu hiyos the peh panoroi mekol aminias sa'aros. So he says, like the 7th Tikkun, there's no hairs here, which means there's no restrictions and there's no dinim on it. V'kanira b'lashon shar agavanos kan b'sal l'shona. So I mean, this is something that would be nice to have, to reach to that level where that you could bathe, so to speak, in the breath that's coming out of the mouth of Eric Anpin. So v'sal l'shona tikkun the Yud Beis who inyan peh atzmo is the inyan of the mouth itself. V'hiyosach b'panei v'rekam minas aros, that it would be in a situation that would be empty and blank. I don't know, rekon and empty, another language of that. Minas aros adkan. So now you have these two things. Which ark, once again, is repeating. Hey, or this is repeating it over here. That's one. Mesukanim acherim. V'chein mevurah b'loshen tikkun barama to akol barama. I'm sorry that he says al idra rabba. He said b'sham upuma atzma ispinei mekol sitroi she'en gedalim ba sa'aros v'gam ein shum sa'ara the tikkun acher talui olav. So no other tikkun penetrates that area, and that seems to be important for us to know that idea. Now we're going to go down and we're going to look at number Lamed. Wait a minute. He wrote something. Let me see what they say. Let's see, he wrote something. He says, I believe that Israchatzo does not mean bathe, but trust in Aramaic. Yeah, that is true. This word is found in Brich Shemay. Yes, of course. I was wondering about that, but I don't think trust is the right. I don't think trust is the right word. I think the right word is bathe, because what's happening is that this air is coming out of the mouth of Eric Onpen. That's what I thought. I don't see trustworthy working in here, and so that's something you could trust on. Israchatzu, I know that it means Aramaic. It also means trust, but I don't see it translating right there. That's why I said that. Okay, so let's look a little bit more at number Lamed Ches down below, see if we can get more ideas, and maybe that'll straighten that out. He says, "Arei b'ha'ara sham shemuva of the lashon the Idra Rabbah, where we have the language of the Idra Rabbah shehosif kan b'zel l'shono." I have little marks on my book. Okay, hello, he says. I think that's what it says. He says, "Hello talyan sare al puma." The hairs hang down on the mouth. Upuma ispene mekol sitrui, but he says talian sare al puma. That's on the mouth, but he means up above the mouth. Upuma ispene mekol sitrui adkan. V'ayin sham b'mashin is boyer b'shem the ruach hadav v'kol barama ayin sham. V'necha b'kam navi masha bir b'zech v'perish marisarok. Why not? Kan v'zel l'shon. Zechah Tikkun hu Gevura the Resha. So this Tikkun, now here's another one. He says, is the Gevura the Resha de lo Isyada? Now the question is that when they use, I think in some places when they use the word Resha de lo Isyada, they mean Atik in general. So I don't know this material. So he's telling me. He says, go back. He says, Zechah Tikkun hu Gevura the Resha de lo Isyada. It's the Gevura. And Gevura is din. But the Yosha Gevura becalled parts of Arich, Abba, V'ima, V'zoch, V'nok. He says, Hudin, Kan Hu Mistaken. So here is where you see that there's a tikkun of it, always comes in. I'm not sure what he means. Mifnei Mehdinim Me'al HaPeh. He says, Mistaken, U Mifnei, and because of the dinim that are on top of the mouth, Haina de Ka'amah, the low talis, Iro Bapuma, that the hairs don't actually go down onto the mouth. Pirish, Haseir shal hasafa shuhu din. So now on the lip itself, and up above it and below it, which are dinim, ein mechasa peh. So there's nothing to slow it down. So that's why I say that if you were able to get it, that's why I thought it was bathing. You're basking, maybe basking is a good word. He says the low talisare al puma. Let me go back. Pirish haseir shal hasafa shuhu. Who din? Is a it doesn't cover over the mouth. So if we say, God forbid, that it covers over the mouth, then you would see that the din is really sticking onto the mouth. Which, if you're talking about, you want this flow, shehi bechinas malchus, and as a result of that, since now, exactly the connection with this, I believe we understand. He says that it's Malchus, because Malchus Peh. So it's like a Malchus. But if you had hairs there, he said, it would destroy the world. So he says, going on, he says, V'zecha v'chatikun who the Lotalian. So that's the Tikkun. This is what it means that the Tikkun is that they don't come down, because if they came down, they would destroy the flow that's coming out. And instead of a flow of goodness, it would be a flow of din. And it says after that, the Puma Ipne, I guess Ispene is the same thing. Ipne called Sitra, it's missing hairs all around. Pirisha Peh Lo Dai She'ena Miskas. It's not enough that it doesn't get covered. Ella Shemizgaver Gam Kul Levayer Ezel Shir Mechadinim. So it says what? It's Mizgaver Gam Kul Levayer Ezel Shir Mechadinim Shenishar Me'ezet Sad. Oh, there's more to this. I thought in my mind it was less. So he said, let me read again. Gam ku levayer ezech b'shir mechadinim shenisher me'ezet sad sheyiyeh. So he says, also coming to tell you what? He says the shear of the dinim shenisher me'ezet sad sheyiyeh, that remain in whatever side that we're talking about. The hainu, what does that mean? Let me get over there. The hainu, mesitra the smol shalapeh, on the left side of the mouth, HaKodesh, Shuhu Hasafa HaTachtoina, which refers to the lower lip, which is called Hod. The upper lip is Netzach, he says the lower lip is Hod. O Gam Kain, Mehimen Shuhu Hasafa Elyona, Shuhu Netzach, or maybe he's talking about the other one. So he says, V'im Tomer, so if you say, but Be'eza, David Tagvuros, so he says, what is the Gevura? I think he means Yesh Lepeh Zeh, Koach La'asos Zeh. So he says, V'im Tomer Be'eza Tagvuros, or strength, Yesh Lepeh Zeh, Koach La'asos Zeh. I'm not sure what the Zeh is. Da'ki B'yeridis HaKoach Shel Gevura. Now, so he went through that again. He says, this is the Gevura, is manifest here in the lips from the ratio of the Lo Isyada. He says, so he said, but Yeridis HaKoach shall messed up the word, let's see, shall Gevura. So as the power of this Gevura, Zu, Limnoah, to be held back, Shlo Yared Seir Al Peh, so that the Seir, which will not fall into the path, who Yeredis Benai Shallah, it goes down into its nai, up to the nai. What does it mean? Kolomer Shel HaGevura Bilvad, it goes down to the nai of the Gevura only, so it only goes down to a certain part, it doesn't reach the Malchus. Of Olam, Bezech HaMakom HaYisod Yored Kodim. So I'm not sure what he means. He said, Bezech HaMakom, in this place, which is, he's talking about the upper lip now. He said, Makom Yisod Yored Kodim, it already went down. He Yosech Medbo Ohev L'Malchus, so its nature, Mitevo, its nature is to Ohev L'Malchus, to want to be with Malchus. The Malchus is the mouth itself. Shehi Pesichas Apeh, which is the opening of the mouth. L'zeh Yored Kodim L'Menoah Haseir Shelo Yechasa Also. I think what he's saying is that this ninth Tikkun, or whatever, I get my numbers wrong, he says that the Gevura that we're talking about, that's coming from the Resha, the Lo Isyada, has a point where it stops. Where it is, he said, V'la'olam mikro v'la'olam, b'zeh ha'makom, HaYisod Yored Kodim, it already was down there. Avlihiyosa Meteva Ohev L'Malchus, because it wants Malchus, Shehi Pesichas Apeh, so it wants to come there, the Zecha B'Yored Kodim L'Menoah, so therefore it goes down first. Why this Tika, which is this Gevura, why is this Gevura there first? L'Menoah Haseir Shelo Yechasa Osot, in order to hold back the hairs so that it shouldn't cover it. So he said, Shel Yechasa Osa, the med is the mouth. V'achar kach hanetzach v'hachod shel gevura. So then you see that the netzach and the hod of the same gevura. He's talking about the gevura of Atik, of the Resha Lo Isyada, has also within it these 10 spheros or whatever. And he says, v'achar kach koch hanetzach and hod shel gevura. Zerazu mischavrim ima malchus, they join together with malchus. he says omifnim machatztadim, and I guess from the inside of these sides gam came haser, you have ser on the sides, shezechu hasha'amar b'kol sitroi ad kan b'ayin sham od. Not sure exactly all that, but I'll do the best I can next time. Thank you for learning with me. Have a great day. Kol tov.